and raises in 19, with no latches or releases to pull. And it'll do so up to 31 mph, your approximate cruising speed on significant portions of A1A. The interior is roomy enough for 4 adults. A smart system aids rear seat comfort, pull the release on the seat back, and the front seat motors forward. Return the seat back to its locked position, and it motors back. But when it touches a rear seat occupant's knees, it stops and scoots forward an inch or so to leave some wiggle room. In the forward cabin, the contrast-stitched leather dash top and door panels impart a rich ambience. As in pricey German two-doors, a robotic arm powers forward to hand front seat occupants their seat belts when they close the doors, and pyrotechnic roll bars deploy from behind the rear seats if the Cascada senses an imminent inversion. The lineup will offer 2 choices, all or nothing. There's a base Cascada and the premium, and there are no options other than paint colors. But even nothing includes a lot of stuff. For $33,990, the base model comes with heated power front seats, a heated steering wheel, navigation, dual-zone automatic climate control, HID headlights, and LED tail lights. At $36,990, the premium adds forward collision alert, lane departure warning, automatic wipers, and new wheel choices. Driving along the tourist-infested A1A, we couldn't help but think how well suited the Cascada would be to the auto industry's deepest shame, rental duty. But Buick is refreshingly candid about the possibility. The point of the Cascada is to get new potential customers interested in Buick. Brand executives aren't too uptight about how that encounter happens. Getting people to notice your product, that's marketing. And so is the Cascada. But with more power, and experienced in a place with some curves, it could be rather good as a car, too.